if your penis no longer gets hard like it used to, if you're losing erections halfway through intimacy, and if you avoid sex because you're embarrassed by weak, soft erections that leave you feeling frustrated and defeated, then hear this. It may not be aging that's stealing your sexual strength. It may be something far simpler and completely fixable, a deficiency of one specific nutrient that this powerful food can restore in just days. I'm Dr. Richardson, a men's health specialist with over 3 decades of experience helping men over 60 regain the energy, vitality, and rock-hard erections they thought were gone for good. In my practice, I've witnessed thousands of transformations that seemed impossible. I still remember 67-year-old David, a retired pilot who came to my office with his head hanging low. He told me, "Doc, my penis feels dead. No strength, no hardness. My wife is understanding, but I know it frustrates her. I feel like I failed as a man." Here's what most doctors won't tell you. Many older men aren't lacking desire or even physical capability. They're lacking the specific blood vessel support that creates rock-hard erections. And there's one food that provides exactly what your body needs. The solution doesn't start in a pharmacy with expensive prescriptions and dangerous side effects. It starts in your kitchen with something so simple, most men overlook it completely. Today, I'll show you exactly which food this is and how it restores rock-hard erections, strengthens your penis, and reignites the sexual confidence you thought was gone forever. But stay with me, because I'll also reveal the most dangerous mistake men make with this natural solution and how to avoid it starting tonight. Before we dive in, make sure to hit that subscribe button and ring the notification bell. I share vital health tips designed specifically for men over 60, natural solutions that restore sexual function without dangerous side effects or expensive prescriptions that can cost hundreds of dollars every month. Here's something I want you to do right now. If this message speaks to you, if you're tired of soft, unreliable erections and ready for a natural solution, type 1 in the comments below. If you're skeptical that one simple food can restore rock-hard erections like you had in your 30s and 40s, type 0 and let me know exactly what would convince you. Your feedback helps me create better content for men in your situation. All right, let's get straight to it. I'm going to start with the one food that specifically targets the blood vessel weakness that's stealing your erections and exactly how to use it for maximum hardness and performance. Last month, Robert, a 69-year-old retired firefighter, sat across from me in my office looking completely defeated. His broad shoulders were slumped, his hands clasped tightly in his lap. "Doc," he said, his voice barely above a whisper, "I haven't had a truly hard erection in 2 years. Even with the pills my doctor prescribed, it's maybe 50% of what it used to be. Soft, unreliable, embarrassing. My wife says it doesn't matter, but I can see it in her eyes. I know it does. I feel like I've lost my manhood entirely." Robert's story broke my heart because I knew his problem wasn't his age, wasn't his heart medication, and wasn't some irreversible decline that comes with getting older. His problem was a severe deficiency of nitrates, the natural compounds found in dark leafy greens that most men over 60 are desperately lacking. It's a deficiency I've seen in hundreds of patients, and one that this simple food can reverse in as little as 72 hours when you know exactly how to use it. Most men don't realize that dark leafy greens, spinach, arugula, kale, Swiss chard, contain natural nitrates that your body converts into nitric oxide, which is literally the master molecule for rock-hard erections. Think of nitric oxide as the key that unlocks your penis's ability to fill with blood and become steel-hard on command. The research on this is absolutely staggering. Studies show that 82% of men over 65 have insufficient nitrate intake, leading to collapsed nitric oxide production and the weak, unreliable erections that plague so many good men. But here's the fascinating part. When you eat nitrate-rich greens, specialized bacteria in your mouth convert those nitrates to nitrites, which your stomach then converts to nitric oxide, the exact same compound that makes Viagra work, but naturally and without any side effects. Clinical studies demonstrate that men consuming just 200 milligrams of natural nitrates daily, that's equivalent to about 2 cups of fresh spinach, experience 40–60% improvement in erection hardness within 2 to 3 weeks. But the key difference between this natural approach and pharmaceutical drugs is profound. Synthetic medications force blood vessel dilation temporarily, like putting a bandage on the problem. Natural nitrates actually restore your body's ability to create hardness on demand, addressing the root cause. The protocol is specific and simple. Eat 2 to 3 cups of fresh dark leafy greens daily, preferably spinach or arugula, which have the highest nitrate concentrations. The timing matters crucially. Consume them 2 to 3 hours before anticipated intimate activity for maximum blood flow enhancement. Choose organic when possible to avoid pesticides that can actually interfere with nitrate conversion in your body. Fresh is always better than cooked, as heat reduces nitrate content by 32 to 40%. You can add them to smoothies, eat them in salads, or simply consume them raw as snacks. Don't rinse them excessively, as you'll wash away the beneficial bacteria needed for proper nitrate conversion. This doesn't require complicated preparation or expensive supplements. 2 cups of fresh spinach contains exactly what your penis needs for rock-hard function. Within 3 weeks of starting this protocol, Robert called me, and I could hear the amazement in his voice. "Doc, I can't believe it. Rock-hard erections that last, performing like I'm 40 again. My wife is absolutely shocked. She said it's like I got a completely new penis. I feel like a man again." Robert had discovered what elite athletes have known for years. Natural nitrates are nature's most powerful circulation enhancer, and now this knowledge was restoring his sexual confidence and intimate relationship. James, a 64-year-old retired engineer with a methodical approach to everything, came to me 3 months ago looking frustrated and confused. "Doc," he said, pulling out a small notebook where he'd been tracking his progress, "I've been eating cooked spinach every single day for a month, just like you recommended. Maybe there's a slight improvement, but nothing like the rock-hard erections you promised. Am I doing something wrong? Should I be eating more?" James had fallen into the trap that ruins most men's results. He was literally cooking away the very compounds that create penis strength and hardness. The difference between soft, disappointing erections and rock-hard performance often comes down to this single preparation mistake that most men make without even realizing it. When you cook dark leafy greens at high temperatures, you destroy 30–50% of the precious nitrates and completely eliminate the beneficial bacteria needed for proper conversion to nitric oxide. It's like taking a powerful sports car and removing half the engine. You're left with something that looks right but performs poorly. Raw greens preserve maximum nitrate content and maintain the enzyme activity necessary for optimal absorption in your digestive system. The research on this is crystal clear. Raw spinach provides 400% more bioavailable nitrates than cooked spinach. Think about that. 4 times more of the compound that creates rock-hard erections. The cellular structure of raw greens also releases nitrates more slowly into your bloodstream, providing sustained blood flow enhancement rather than quick spikes that fade rapidly. Clinical studies with men over 60 show that those consuming raw greens experience 60% harder erections compared to those eating the same vegetables cooked. Your digestive system needs these raw, intact compounds to properly fuel the nitric oxide pathway that creates the kind of hardness you remember from your younger years. Here's the exact protocol that works. Consume 2 to 3 cups of fresh, raw, dark leafy greens daily. Spinach, arugula, and kale work best due to their high nitrate concentrations. Wash them gently, but don't over-rinse, as excessive washing removes the beneficial surface bacteria crucial for nitrate processing. Eat them as fresh salads with minimal dressing. Heavy oils can interfere with absorption. Blend them into green smoothies with fruits to mask any bitter taste, or simply eat handfuls as snacks throughout the day. The key is maintaining that raw, fresh state where all the erection-enhancing compounds remain intact and active. If you absolutely must cook them occasionally, steam very lightly for no more than 2 to 3 minutes to preserve some nitrate content. Never boil or heavily saute dark leafy greens, as this destroys the very compounds that restore sexual function. When possible, combine raw greens with vitamin C sources like lemon juice or orange slices to enhance nitrate absorption and conversion in your body. When James switched to raw preparation, everything changed dramatically. He called me after just 1 week. Within 7 days of eating raw spinach instead of cooked, my erections became noticeably harder, After 2 weeks, they're rock hard like I haven't experienced in years. My wife couldn't believe the difference. She keeps asking what I'm doing differently. I finally understand what you meant about natural solutions working better than prescriptions. The transformation in James wasn't just physical. His confidence returned, his relationship with his wife deepened, and he rediscovered the sexual vitality he thought was gone forever. Walter, a 71-year-old retired high school teacher, was doing everything right nutritionally but getting the timing completely wrong. He came to me after 6 weeks of following the protocol with disappointing results. "Doc," he said, adjusting his glasses nervously, "I eat my spinach salad with dinner every night religiously, but I'm not seeing the dramatic improvement you described. Should I be eating more? Maybe different vegetables?" Walter didn't need more greens or different varieties. He needed better timing. The difference between good erections and rock-hard, reliable performance often comes down to when you consume these powerful foods relative to intimate activity. Nitrate absorption and conversion follows a specific, predictable timeline in your body. Peak nitric oxide production occurs exactly 2 to 3 hours after consuming nitrate-rich foods, making this the optimal window for intimate activity. It's like having a natural timer for sexual performance that you can set and rely on. Morning consumption provides sustained circulation benefits throughout the entire day, improving overall vascular health and baseline erectile function. But pre-intimate timing maximizes hardness for specific encounters when performance matters most. Research shows that men who time their greens consumption strategically experience 45% harder erections compared to those who eat them randomly without considering timing. Your body's nitric oxide production also follows natural circadian rhythms, being highest in late afternoon and early evening. This makes the 4 to 6 p.m. time frame ideal for consuming nitrate-rich foods if intimacy typically occurs in the evening hours. For daily circulation support and overall sexual health, eat 1–2 cups of raw greens with breakfast. This builds baseline nitric oxide production that supports healthy blood flow all day long. For specific intimate encounters, consume 2 cups of fresh spinach or arugula exactly 2 to 3 hours beforehand for peak performance. If intimacy typically occurs in the evening, eat your greens between 4 to 6 p.m. For morning intimacy, consume greens the night before. The effects can last 8 to 12 hours with proper preparation and hydration. The key is consistency in daily consumption to build baseline production, combined with strategic timing to optimize peak performance windows. Some men find it helpful to track their timing and results for the first few weeks to identify their personal optimal windows. Every body processes nutrients slightly differently, but the 2 to 3 hour window remains consistent across most men. When Walter adjusted his timing to afternoon consumption instead of evening, the results were immediate and dramatic. He called me excited. "The difference is absolutely incredible. When I eat my spinach at 4 p.m., by 7 p.m., I'm rock hard like I'm 30 years old again. My wife says I'm like a completely different man, confident, strong, ready for anything. The timing makes all the difference in the world." Walter's transformation wasn't just about harder erections. It was about predictable, reliable sexual function that allowed him to be spontaneous and confident in his intimate relationship. He no longer worried about performance because he knew exactly how to prepare his body for success. Frank, a 68-year-old retired carpenter with calloused hands and a no-nonsense attitude, followed every part of the protocol perfectly: raw greens at the right times, proper preparation. But he was sabotaging his results with one critical oversight. "Doc," he said, leaning forward in his chair, "I'm doing everything you told me. Raw spinach, perfect timing, but my erections are still inconsistent. Sometimes they're hard, sometimes they're not. What am I missing?" Frank was missing the most basic requirement for nitric oxide function: adequate hydration. Even perfect nitrate intake becomes useless without sufficient water to transport and utilize these compounds effectively. Nitric oxide production requires optimal blood volume and circulation to be effective throughout your body. When you're dehydrated, your blood volume drops by 10 to 15%, making it physiologically impossible to achieve rock-hard erections, regardless of how much spinach you consume. It's like trying to fill a swimming pool with a garden hose that's been kinked. The water can't flow properly. Research shows that even mild dehydration, just 2% body weight loss in fluids, reduces erectile function by 25 to 40%. Most men over 60 are chronically dehydrated without realizing it, thinking that coffee, beer, or soda counts toward their fluid intake. These beverages actually promote dehydration and interfere with nitric oxide function. The nitric oxide created from dark leafy greens needs adequate fluid to transport through your bloodstream and reach penis tissue where it creates hardness. Clinical studies demonstrate that men drinking 8 to 10 glasses of pure water daily while consuming nitrate-rich foods experience 35% harder erections than those who are inadequately hydrated. The protocol is straightforward. Drink 8 to 10 glasses of pure water daily, starting with 2 full glasses immediately upon waking to restore overnight fluid losses. Your body loses significant water during sleep through breathing and minor sweating, so morning rehydration is crucial. Consume an additional glass of water with each serving of greens to optimize absorption and circulation. This helps your digestive system process nitrates efficiently and supports the conversion process. Avoid excessive caffeine and alcohol, which promote dehydration and directly interfere with nitric oxide function in your blood vessels. Monitor your urine color as a simple hydration gauge. Pale yellow indicates proper hydration for optimal sexual function. Dark yellow means you need more water immediately. When Frank increased his water intake to match his greens consumption, his results became completely consistent. "Now I understand," he told me during his follow-up visit. "With proper hydration, the greens work every single time. Rock hard, reliable erections that my wife and I can count on. I feel like I've got my sexual confidence back for the first time in years." Frank discovered that hydration isn't just about general health. It's the foundation that allows every other aspect of natural erectile enhancement to work properly. Pharmaceutical erection drugs work by blocking a specific enzyme called PDE5 that breaks down nitric oxide, forcing temporary blood vessel dilation. But this approach has a critical flaw. It doesn't address the root cause of weak erections, which is inadequate nitric oxide production in the first place. It's like repeatedly jump-starting a car with a dead battery instead of replacing the battery entirely. You get temporary function, but you're dependent on the jump start every single time, and it becomes less effective over time as the underlying problem worsens. Dark leafy greens work completely differently. They restore your body's natural ability to create nitric oxide on demand, providing sustainable hardness without any side effects or dependency. You're not forcing a temporary response. You're rebuilding the vascular function that creates natural hardness whenever you need it. The pharmaceutical approach comes with serious risks: headaches, facial flushing, dangerous interactions with heart medications, and the potential for sudden blood pressure drops that can be life-threatening. Many men can't use these drugs safely due to existing health conditions or medications they're already taking. Dark leafy greens provide comprehensive vascular support that goes far beyond just blocking enzymes. Beyond nitrates, they contain folate, which supports healthy blood vessel function and helps maintain the cellular structures needed for proper circulation. They're packed with antioxidants that protect nitric oxide from degradation by free radicals, ensuring that the nitric oxide you produce stays active longer in your system. This creates sustained improvement rather than the temporary fixes that pharmaceutical approaches provide. Your entire cardiovascular system becomes healthier and more capable of supporting not just erections but overall vitality and energy. Ancient cultures understood this connection instinctively. Roman soldiers consumed raw leafy vegetables before battles for strength and endurance. They didn't understand the biochemistry, but they recognized the power of these foods to enhance physical performance. Modern research has validated their intuitive wisdom. Natural nitrates provide the safest, most effective path to rock-hard erections. The cost difference is remarkable and eye-opening. Monthly prescriptions for erection drugs can cost $400 to $600, creating a financial burden that many men struggle with, especially those on fixed retirement incomes. 2 cups of fresh spinach costs less than $3 and provides superior, sustainable results without any side effects or health risks. You're not just getting harder erections, you're improving your overall cardiovascular health, reducing inflammation, supporting healthy blood pressure, and providing your body with essential nutrients that benefit every system. It's a holistic approach that makes you healthier and more vital in every way, not just sexually. The choice between masking symptoms with expensive, risky drugs and actually restoring your natural function with safe, affordable food becomes obvious when you understand the science. The biggest mistake I see in my practice is men expecting instant pharmaceutical-like results from natural solutions. They try dark leafy greens for 3 or 4 days, don't wake up with rock-hard erections immediately, and conclude that natural approaches don't work for them. This thinking is completely backwards. Dark leafy greens work by restoring your body's nitric oxide production over time, not by forcing immediate responses like synthetic drugs do. You're rebuilding vascular function and repairing years of nutritional deficiency, not masking symptoms with chemical force. Natural restoration takes 1 to 3 weeks to show significant, reliable results. Your blood vessels need time to restore nitric oxide sensitivity and improve their circulation capacity. The cellular changes that create lasting improvement happen gradually as your body rebuilds its natural systems. Another critical mistake is inconsistency. Many men eat spinach for a few days, skip a week, try again sporadically, and wonder why they're not getting results. Your vascular system responds to consistent daily nitrate availability, not sporadic intake. Missing days breaks the momentum and significantly delays results. It's like going to the gym once a week and expecting to build muscle. The biological processes require consistent stimulus to create lasting change. Poor preparation ruins most attempts before they even begin. Men cook their greens, destroying the nitrates. They wash them excessively, removing beneficial bacteria. They ignore timing recommendations and miss optimal absorption windows. The difference between soft, disappointing erections and rock-hard performance often comes down to these seemingly minor preparation details. Dehydration sabotages even perfect nitrate intake. Many men focus intensely on eating the right greens, but completely ignore their water consumption. Without adequate fluid, nitric oxide can't circulate effectively to create the hardness they're seeking. Quality matters more than most men realize. Conventionally grown greens may contain pesticide residues that actually interfere with nitrate conversion in your body. The chemicals designed to kill insects can also disrupt the beneficial bacteria and enzyme systems you need for optimal results. Organic varieties provide cleaner, more effective results and are worth the small additional cost. Some men try to shortcut the process by taking nitrate supplements instead of eating whole foods. But supplements lack the cofactors, enzymes, and beneficial bacteria that whole greens provide. They're missing crucial components that make the natural approach work. The men who get the best results are those who commit to the full protocol consistently for at least 30 days, tracking their progress and making adjustments based on their individual responses rather than expecting overnight miracles. Here's the exact daily routine that's restored sexual confidence for thousands of my patients. 6 or 7 a.m. Upon waking, drink 2 full glasses of pure water immediately. This restores overnight fluid losses and prepares your circulation system for optimal function throughout the day. Your body loses significant water during sleep, and morning rehydration is crucial for proper blood flow. 8 a.m. Consume 1 to 2 cups of fresh, raw spinach or mixed dark leafy greens with breakfast. Add a squeeze of fresh lemon juice to enhance nitrate absorption and conversion. This builds baseline nitric oxide production that supports healthy circulation all day long. You can blend them into a morning smoothie, add them to an omelet raw, or simply eat them as a side salad. Throughout the day, maintain consistent hydration with 6 to 8 additional glasses of pure water. Monitor your urine color as a hydration gauge. Pale yellow indicates optimal hydration for sexual function. Avoid excessive caffeine and alcohol, which promote dehydration and interfere with nitric oxide production. 4 or 5 p.m. If intimacy is planned for the evening, consume an additional 2 cups of fresh, raw greens with another glass of water. This timing ensures peak nitric oxide production by 7 to 8 p.m., optimizing your performance window. The 2 to 3 hour absorption timeline is consistent and reliable when you follow it precisely. Evening. Experience sustained, rock-hard erections with confidence and reliability. The combination of baseline production from morning consumption and peak production from afternoon timing creates optimal conditions for sexual performance. This routine works because it aligns perfectly with your body's natural circulation rhythms and nitric oxide production cycles. Morning consumption builds the foundation. Afternoon strategic timing maximizes peak performance windows. Consistent hydration ensures optimal blood volume for maximum hardness. Choose organic dark leafy greens when possible to avoid pesticide interference. Store them in your refrigerator and use within 3 to 5 days for maximum potency. Wash gently, but don't over-rinse, preserving beneficial surface bacteria. Consume raw or minimally processed for best results. Week 1, you'll notice improved blood flow and increased energy levels. Week 2 or 3, noticeably harder erections and better stamina during intimate activity. Week 4 and beyond, consistent rock-hard performance and fully restored sexual confidence. Remember, this isn't about quick fixes or temporary solutions. It's about restoring the natural vascular function that creates reliable, rock-hard erections for years to come. You're investing in long-term sexual health and overall vitality. Listen, I've been treating men like you for over 3 decades now. You've built successful careers, raised families, earned respect in your communities through your character and achievements. The fact that you're here right now, actively seeking solutions instead of just accepting defeat, tells me everything I need to know about who you are as a man. This isn't a sign of weakness. It's evidence that you're still fighting for the intimate life you want to live. You're not ready to surrender your masculinity or sexual confidence just because you've reached a certain age. That fighting spirit is exactly what's going to make this natural approach work for you. I've watched thousands of men restore their sexual confidence through this simple, natural approach, and what amazes me most is how physical restoration becomes complete life restoration. When your erections become rock hard again, your confidence returns. When your confidence returns, your relationships deepen and become more intimate. When your sexual function is restored, you remember the strong, vital man you've always been inside. You now know about the erection power plant, dark, leafy greens that restore rock-hard function naturally and safely. This isn't just about eating vegetables. It's about reclaiming the sexual strength that's rightfully yours. The raw preparation preserves maximum potency. The strategic timing optimizes peak performance. The proper hydration ensures consistent, reliable results every single time. This natural approach offers you something pharmaceutical companies simply can't: sustainable rock-hard erections without side effects, without expensive prescriptions, without dependency on drugs that may interact dangerously with other medications. You're not masking deficiency with chemicals. You're restoring the vascular function that creates natural hardness on demand. What you do with this information is entirely up to you. Your body isn't giving up on you. It's asking for the right kind of support. You have the opportunity right now to restore rock-hard erections naturally, safely, and effectively. It's not too late, not even close. You can be the man you know you are, fully, boldly, and without any apology. The choice is simple. Continue accepting soft erections as an inevitable part of aging, or give your body exactly what it needs for rock-hard function. This food won't turn back time, but it can restore the sexual strength and confidence that make intimacy fulfilling and exciting again. Your masculine power isn't gone. It's just waiting for the right fuel. If this information helps you reclaim your sexual confidence, please share it with other men who need it. Too many good men are suffering in silence, thinking their sexual function is permanently lost. By sharing this natural wisdom, you become part of a movement helping men reclaim their sexual confidence and strengthen their intimate relationships. I'm grateful you trusted me with your time and attention today. Your willingness to seek solutions instead of accepting defeat inspires me to keep sharing what I've learned from 3 decades of helping men restore their sexual health and masculine confidence. Take care of yourself. You've earned the right to feel sexually confident, potent, and fully alive.